Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's another sober sunrise. It's Saturday. It's August 16th, 2025. I had some technical difficulties yesterday, so I didn't actually get to make a video. So that ended the streak of consecutive days with a video. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But anyway, moving on. Um, yeah, it's 9:55 a.m. on this Saturday morning, and it's a beautiful day. I hope you're doing well. Let's start by hitting the like button, shall we? Go ahead, hit the like button. I'll wait. All right, thank you. Let's read today's daily reflection. It says, I had dropped out. We might next ask ourselves what we mean when we say that we have harmed other people. What kinds of harm do people do one another anyway? To define the word harm in a practical way, we might call it the result of instincts in collision which cause physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual damage to people. By the way, yesterday's technical difficulties are involving the microphone, so if the microphone settings are off, I apologize. If it's too loud or too quiet, I gotta get it fixed. All right, so that was from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 80. And the writer goes on to say, I had been to eighth step meetings, always thinking, I really haven't harmed many people, mostly myself. But the time came when I wrote my list out, and it was not as short as I thought it would be. I either liked you, disliked you, or needed something from you. It was that simple. People hadn't done what I wanted them to do, and intimate relationships were out of hand because of my partner's unreasonable demands. Were these sins of omission? Because of my drinking, I had dropped out, never sending cards, returning calls, being there for other people, or taking part in their lives. What a grace it has been to look at these relationships, to make my inventories in quiet, alone with God of my understanding, and to go forth daily with a willingness to be honest and forthright in my relationships. Aha, I like this. It's giving me a new way of thinking about harm. I like it. Let's go back to the top. By the way, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Come on, just do it. What is it? It's right there. Just tap it. All right, back to the top. We might next ask ourselves what we mean when we say that we have harmed other people. What kinds of harm do people do one another anyway? I like this because, I mean, my first round of amends are going to be the obvious harm, and I have the first letter ready to read to the first recipient, but this is reframing what harm could actually mean, and people I might be omitting, not because I'm doing it on purpose, but because I just don't think of it as harm that I've done to them. But I like this. It's a good way to learn what other people might consider harm. To define the word harm in a practical way, we might call it the result of instincts in collision. I like that. Which cause physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual damage to people. I don't know how I don't remember this part of the 12 and 12. Maybe I've never read this part before. But instincts in collision, I like that idea a lot. I had been to eighth step meetings always thinking, I really haven't harmed many people, mostly myself. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking this whole time. I mean, I know that I haven't harmed that many people in big, scary, significant ways, life-changing ways. But that doesn't mean I haven't done harm to others that I just sort of forgot about or miscategorized as something other than harm. But to them, it might be harm. The time came when I wrote out my list and it was not as short as I thought it would be. See, when I wrote out my list, it really was pretty short. And that should have been the first indication that I probably was forgetting a lot. Because when you've been an alcoholic as long as I have, there's no way my list could be that short, right? There just can't be. And going through this process this month, I have already uncovered other people that I need to add to my list. And now with this line of thinking, I'm going to probably identify even more. So that's helpful. I think that this music is really loud. I'm going to turn the volume down. It's also kind of strange music, and I don't know if I like it. So I'm going to hit skip and turn the volume down a little bit. All right. I either liked you, disliked you, or needed something from you. It was that simple. Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah, it's a hard thing to admit, but yes, that's true. People hadn't done what I wanted them to do. Yeah. And intimate relationships were out of hand because of my partner's unreasonable demands. Not so much that one for me, but I could see that being the case for a lot of people. A lot of learning in this, just taking the time to think back and like really truly be honest with the reflection of the person that you're looking at in the mirror and going, were you a user? Yeah, you were. That sucks. But if you don't learn from that, you can continue to use other people. And I can see myself continuing that process, that way of operating. Yeah, I need to be conscious of that. Were these sins of omission? Yes. For me, yes. Because of my drinking, I had dropped out. See, this is the part where I was like, okay, I can probably identify a lot more people to put on my list with this line of thinking. I had dropped out, never sending cards, returning calls, being there for other people, or taking part in their lives. In those years when things got really ugly for me, I did this too. I dropped out. And some people need to drop out. Some people need to drop out of certain people's orbits, and that's healthy. And I could probably identify a small, maybe one or two people whose orbit I needed to drop out of. But there are other people who I should have been there for, but my disease was in control and there was no way for me to be there for them. So I need to add them to my list. What a grace it has been to look at these relationships, to make my inventories in quiet, alone with the God of my understanding, and to go forth daily with a willingness to be honest and forthright in my relationships. Yeah, it's a grace for sure. It's a blessing to be able to, with a clear mind, an open mind, and aware of my shortcomings, look backwards and not be afraid of saying, yeah, you also screwed that person over. You also were a jerk to this person. That doesn't make me a bad person. It means that the person that I was back then was in a very, very bad place. That doesn't mean the person I am today can't make up for it and make amends. And I don't think it's ever too late to try to make amends with someone unless they're gone, unless they've passed away. So this will be more learning for me to sit quietly, alone with my higher power, and think about who else I need to add to my list of amends. And hopefully maybe rediscover some relationships that have fallen away. And then to use that momentum to continue to nourish the relationships that I have today by not falling out, by not dropping out. Because life can get really busy and it's like, hey, I haven't talked to my best friend in a while. I haven't checked in with this person or that person in a while. Let me check in with them. Let me take a few minutes today to sit in quiet, send them a message. I like to do voice memos and some people hate these, but instead of sending a text, I'll actually record my voice and just send that to someone. I feel like it's more personal, so I can do that. I can do all kinds of ways. There's all kinds of ways to check in with people and let them know that you are there for them. And I'll try to do that. I'm going to make a goal to reach out to more people in the second half of this year. It's already August 16th. Ugh, oh my God. Summer's almost over. The days are getting shorter. Football's around the corner. Yeah. Anyway, this is a really good one for me today. Hopefully you took something away from it as well. That harm comes in many ways, in many forms. Instincts in collision. I like that. We might call it the result of instincts in collision. So my instinct might be to do something, your instinct might be to do something, and our instincts might collide with one another in a non-healthy way, which can cause physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual damage. That's to define the word harm. I like that a lot. I'm going to think about that more. Okay. That's all I've got for today. I've got a lot to do today in the next couple hours before me and the boy go to get some fun in for the weekend. So thank you for being here. And if you've made it this far, I appreciate you listening and being here. And if you haven't already, I've already asked twice, but if you've made it this far and you still haven't hit the like button, just go ahead and do it. It helps the algorithm to understand that these videos would be beneficial for more people like you and me. So go ahead and do it. Let's try to reach more people and help them. All you have to do to help someone today is hit the like button. All right. That's it. So whoever you are and wherever you are and whenever you are listening to this, I would like you to know that you are enough and you are worth it. And no matter what's happened to you, you have people out there that will support you. I'm one of them, and I'm sending you a lot of love and support today. And there are good people out there who will help you get through whatever it is you're going through. So don't be afraid. It's scary, but the upside of reaching out for help is much better than the damage you might do by not asking for help. So just do it. Today can be the day you turn it around. Make today the day you turn it around. Okay? All right. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.